Let's build a web-based multi-agent system with Google's ADK, connecting PostgreSQL and DataCommons through OpenRouter models, all orchestrated by a smart dispatcher pattern. Let's start by cloning the project repository. The full setup guide is linked below. Next, we initialize the project and create a fast Python environment using UV-venv, then activate it. We sync the dependencies using UV-sync based on pyproject.toml. Now we download the MCP Toolbox and launch it with the UI option to get it up and running. Let's test the MCP Toolbox, first using the average price by flat type tool, then the count HDB flats by town tool to verify database connectivity and responses. Now we run execute SQL tool with select count asterisk from resale transactions. Warning: never allow arbitrary SQL in production code. Use read-only credentials, parameterized queries, and statement whitelists. Next, we test the list HDB flats by town tool. It's limited to the 5 most recent resale records. This prevents excessive results, saves tokens, and keeps responses efficient. Finally, we test percentile price by town and Postgres list tables to check data distribution and database visibility. Open the Toolbox Playground notebook, select the kernel, and run the first cell to import dependencies. Now we load the OpenRouter model to confirm everything works. Here we load all tools from the MCP Toolbox, review the runner code, and execute it to initialize the environment. Next, we run the agent code, equipping it with all 6 database tools. And now our first query: what's the average resale price for 4-room flats in Tampines? Now for the persistence test, we ask how many flats are above that previous average. The agent successfully uses the remembered value. Then we ask, what's the median price in Jurong West? Now let's test memory. What was the average price we calculated for 4-room flats in Tampines? Finally, we start a new session and ask, what's the total count of flats in Tampines? Now we start the DataCommons MCP server with the API key set, ready for use later. Next, let's start the Google ADK web server with ADK Web. Now at localhost /8000 we ask, what's the population of Singapore? The coordinator hands it off to the DataCommons agent for the answer. Take a moment to explore the request and response tabs to see how the data flows. Next, we start a new session and ask, what's the average resale price for 4-room flats in Tampines? Watch as the coordinator hands off across agents, each with its own color, and the Postgres agent runs the average price by flat type tool. Next, we ask a more complex question. What's the oldest town in Singapore, and how do its resale prices compare? Watch the coordinator transfer across agents, from list tables to execute SQL and average price tools, showing the call graph on the left. The agents identify Jurong East and Toa Payoh as the oldest towns and generate this final analysis. This demo highlights how Google ADK and MCP Toolbox enable intelligent, data-driven agents that collaborate seamlessly across tools and datasets. Stay tuned for future work integrating LangChain and LangGraph for deeper orchestration.